Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money making Thursday here with PickDawgz Morning Show. We're live 365 days a year just to let you guys know our thoughts, opinions, and how we see the day's action playing out. We got 15 games on the card today, man, across the sports land. Multitude of action from across all sports. We got 9 games from Major League Baseball, 4 games from the WNBA, 1 game from college football, and we have Thursday night on Prime with the NFL tonight. Got a good game over there, man. So ready to break it down. Let you guys hear what we're talking about today on this beautiful money making Thursday. As always, I got the franchise player with me here, Chris Ruffalo. Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Feeling a little bit under the weather, but we don't.
Can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Is it me?
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I can't hear nobody. Okay, so
Unfortunately,
That's my line.
I'm in no mood to deal with Ron this morning. It's antics, but yeah, no, I'm just ready to break down the card. The money never sleeps. As crappy as I'm feeling, there's still games to talk about. So ready to break down the card with you guys and make some money today.
Mr. Bittler, how you doing this morning?
You know what? Like I've said before, when you go 3-0 the day before, the coffee tastes better. The sun is brighter. The birds are chirping. So definitely nothing to complain about here.
Ron the Don. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Jay. I'm doing okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a tough day today. 9/11, obviously, recent news. But we're here. We're here to give everybody, the escape. Sports betting, it's a passion. It's our jobs, and I'm glad we could all join together, talk some sports, and have a good time today. So, got my New York Yankees hat on. Obviously, we never forget. So, I know Mitch every year would always, do a segment about his remembrance of 9/11, his stories, him working on Wall Street and all that. So, it's a tough day, but I'm glad to be with you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 9/11, man. Shout out to in remembrance of all those we lost. Even now, crazy times we living in, man. Crazy times. So we move on, man. Like Ron said, the escape, sports, trying to make some money betting it. That's what we're trying to do here on a beautiful money making Thursday, the 11th. Anything crazy happening for you guys yesterday in the game y'all want to talk about before we jump into today's action?
I thought it was unfortunate that the Pirates decided to only go 5 innings for Skeens. Didn't end up mattering because the Pirates, it was the offense that lost it to them. That was my top play. But we'll see if they're going to – I think the leash will be longer when he pitches at PNC the next couple of starts. But, yeah, the Mets continue to lose, but they got lucky. Giants lost, so still 3-game lead.
All aboard. Of course, I can't let it go. I can't let it go untalked about, man. I can't let it go untalked about, bro. Sweep? The sweep? Get out of here. All aboard the hate train, too. Fuck the Brewers. Shout out my Texas Rangers, man, playing some of their best baseball of the season. Just beat up on the best team in baseball. Playoffs right here in our grasp. Astros faltering. Mariners kind of doing all right, but they're not out of the woodworks yet. We know what time of year it is for them. So it's going to be a fun closeout to the baseball season. It's going to be stressful. I pretty much told you I knew it was going to be stressful. I knew they were going to do this to me. So, damn.
But are you winning the division or just a wild card?
I think we can win the division. I think we can. I don't want to say so because if I say so, we're not going to do it. So,
and then you got DeGrom at Citi Field tomorrow night.
That's a big series. We got some big series coming up. The Mets I typically don't love fading them in Citi Field, so we'll see how I'm feeling in that series, man. But hopefully they can keep it rolling. Home is where they've been dominant, one of the best home records in baseball. Road is where they kind of have their struggles. But shout out to the young call-ups, man. Shout out to them, man. The call-ups, the young guys. I'm loving the young crew right now. The young crew came in and brought some swag back to the team, man. Brought some excitement back. I kind of felt like the older guys that got complacent, you know. The young guys came and brought some energy back. So always fun when your team is in the mix, especially this late in the year, playing as well as we're playing. So shout out to my Rangers. I had to give them some credit for beating up on the Brewers. And then yesterday, told y'all here on this show, man, call the number, 1-800-GAMBLER. If you bet the Yankees. Hey, man, run. Them Tigers, baby. You ready to say they're going to the World Series?
Get your licks in now on Mark Leiter Jr., but when we get to the playoffs, we'll see who's laughing.
The Tigers aren't going anywhere. Oh, no.
Shout out to the Tigers, man. It just, in all seriousness, I just thought it was too much value to pass up with the better team. And that's been my
You
argument.
said that on Tuesday, too, with me, and you cashed. But, you know, to me, it just didn't look like the right play. But you got it for sure.
Back to back. Shout out to them Tigers, man. We'll see. You know, the Yankees, just, what is that now? 2 blow-ups in back-to-back days and late. We'll talk about them boys a little bit in a minute. Other than that, man, the Sun. I got to talk about that too. So talk about my good. I'm talking about my bad. The Sun did not come through for us last night. They got smacked. Plus 700 underdog. Hey,
Moving to Boston.
Yeah, moving to Boston. Moving to Houston. So, you know, I'll wear that one. Not wear it. But other than that, man, that was yesterday. We move on to today. Like you said, I got a solid card. Great crew. Y'all boys ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We start our day not in the NFL. You know, we're going to wait to the end for that one. We'll start in baseball for the day. Day baseball, early start time. We got the Pirates and the Orioles battling it out. I believe this is Oviedo and Bradish, right?
Yeah,
I think it's Povich.
Or Povich. That's who it is. Povich. Yeah, it's Povich. Sorry, pulling it up. Orioles $1.25 home favorite. Total 8.5. It is Povich. And we have White Sox, Rays, Seymour versus Smith, and Astros, Blue Jays, Christian Javier versus Kevin Gausman. Franchise, 3-game lead. Appreciate y'all, man. This has been a great series, man. You know, y'all boys have done me a favor. Y'all done yourself a favor. You know, it's just mutual respect right now between the two teams, the two franchises.
They lost yesterday.
They did. They'll get it back today. I have faith. Do you?
I do, as long as we don't put Jeff Hoffman in the 9th inning. Fires his stupid looking ass to the moon. 15 home runs this season. Tied for most by a reliever. Unacceptable this time of year, but I do think they'll do enough here against Christian Javier. I see Christian Javier. I see issues with control early. I think he's issued. I think it's 10 walks in his last 3 starts. You know, the Blue Jays are still a patient lineup. They don't really waste at bats. Think they can get to a Javier here. Kevin Gausman's pitched well in his last couple of outings. You're always looking over your shoulder with Kevin Gausman when he makes a start because he's always, you know, capable of giving up 5 runs in a start and putting his team behind the 8 ball. But pitched well in his last couple of outings. He pitches well at home. And like we said, you know, this Blue Jays lineup, you know, even though they struggled early on, they always seem to keep themselves in the game late. They did it in the opener. They did it yesterday, even though they fell short. They scored a couple runs in the 8th inning to give themselves a chance. And I think the Blue Jays finished the job here, bounced back from yesterday. Give me the Jays in this one.
No, fair enough. Ruffalo on the Jays. Brian, what we doing? First slot. You on the Orioles per usual?
Well, no. In this slot, I'm going to take the Chicago White Sox on the money line. They just continue to get no respect, even though they've won 8 out of the last 10 games. Tampa Bay had that hot run, but they've cooled off a bit. Shane Smith, he's got hit around at times, but he's been consistent with an ERA under 4. Ian Seymour, I don't think he goes more than 5 innings, and I think the White Sox win this one late. I'll take Chicago.
White Sox plus money for Brian. On the down, what we doing?
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to take the White Sox. You think Shane Smith, good option when he's pitching at home. He's got good numbers there, low points batting average, low ERA. I think the White Sox have shown to be more competitive against lefties this year offensively, low strikeout rate in the last month. So I think they get to see more. I think that the White Sox walk away with the win.
I agree. White Sox for me. I've been a White Sox guy at home a lot this season. I told y'all guys about playing the White Sox at home. They're way more profitable than I think the general masses would think. Rays, they kind of have cooled off. I think the Rays season is over. They made it interesting for a minute, but I don't think there's too big of a gap now at this current moment, I think, for them to kind of climb out of it. Shane Smith, solid option. Just a really good value spot for me on the White Sox, who have played well post All-Star break. So I agree with Brian. I agree with Ron. I agree with Chris. Blue Jays for me. All aboard the hype train. You're all aboard. And I would love nothing more than to see the Astros continue to fall apart. It's not like Christian Javier has been great since, joining this rotation. And I think on the road, facing the best offense in baseball, where they played their best baseball at home, I think he's definitely due for some trouble. I would kind of lean towards an over in this one. If I were to play a total, I could see some runs being scored both ways. I hope it's not Hoffman coming out the pen. But it might be. And even still, I think the Jays hold on, but I would lean over. And the last one of the slot, it would be Pirates plus money for me here. I've been on the Orioles a little bit post All-Star break, but I like the Orioles more in the dangerous underdog role, not really favorite laying odds with this team. I think the Pirates, Oviedo's, he's solid. Oviedo's solid, and I think he can have a solid outing today against the Orioles. I think this is a legitimate 50-50 game. Maybe Orioles should be, $1.20 favorites or so in my brain. That's kind of how I see it. So I think $1.20 value with the Pirates. That's where I want to be in this first game of the day to complete the first slot of the day. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling. We got the Nationals and the money Marlins. Can we call them that? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. It was fun there for a while, though. They got Ryan Weathers.
Marlins.
Huh?
The Monopoly money Marlins.
Yeah, Weathers on the mound. Where the hell he been at?
He's been hurt since June.
Yeah, I was going to say, I ain't called his name out in a minute. He back on the mound today. On the other side is Mackenzie Gore. We got the Yankees and the Tigers. On the mound for the Tigers today is Holton and Schlittler. Did I say it right this time? Schlittler on the mound.
Sounds like Bittler on the mound. I'm pitching for the Yankees today.
Yeah, Brian's on the mound. And we have the Royals and the Guardians. This is Kolak versus Gavin Williams. You're up first in this slot, Brian. What we doing?
Oh, for me in this slot, I'm going to take the Washington Nationals on the money line. I just think Mackenzie Gore's a better option. I mean, he has had his times where he's gotten hit up, but I think he's got better stuff than Ryan Weathers, who we haven't seen since June. And even when we did see him, his overall body of work over his career, I think this Nationals team at this price is to play here amongst these players.
Brian, on the Nationals. In this one, Ron, what we doing?
The Yankees salvaged the series today with the big win, and we go over the total. It's going to be Holton for an inning, and then it should be Sawyer Gibson-Long, who's got miserable numbers on the season. Schlittler struggled his last game. I think both starters / openers struggle, and we go over, but I think the Yankees do end up with the win. And that's really all I like in that time slot.
Fair enough. I don't really like Marlins Nationals. The Guardians lost yesterday, right?
Yep, Royals won.
They did. That's kind of good for me because they was on the heels of the Rangers, kind of. I would lean Guardians here in this spot, though. Y'all know me. I trust them overall at home around this time of season. I feel like Gavin Williams is the way better starting option. Guardians have played well behind the majority of this season. Am I in love with the price? No, but it would be Guardians for me here. And if I'm playing it, y'all know who we count on. Y'all know the only man on this team that show up. Jose. Give me Jose Ramirez for a bomb, man. I might tweet it out again. Jose Ramirez is him. Oh, shit. And oh, yeah, the Yankees. Later run line. We did our damage with the Tigers, man. We did it. You know, I thought it was a great spot to fade the Yankees coming off of the series win over the Jays and just getting the value we were getting on the Tigers. But y'all know me, spots and situations. Coming off double L's, 9/11 in New York. You know, it's supposed to be Scooble. They pulled him out for Holton. I just don't see the Tigers full-blown sweeping the Yankees. If it had been Scooble, yes, we would have brought the brooms out. But no Scooble, no sweep. Yankees salvage it, and they probably do it comfortably. Y'all know me, when I bet the Yankees, I bet them on the run line because they're an offensive team. So, not one of my favorite bets today. It's a scary bet because they're not in great form. I don't love the two blow-ups the last 2 days. I'm worried about their bullpen. And the Tigers are the better team. I'm here to tell you, I got to say that again. I got to say that today, just to remind y'all. But I think this is a Yankee spot and situation. I'll lay it. Chris?
There's a reason it's a scary bet because you're getting swept today. You're the Tigers. Cam Schlittler, even if he has a decent start, this Yankee bullpen in the month of September at 9.91 ERA. So,
how many of that is because of the last 2 games?
And how many of it is because they have to play the same team for a 3rd game in a row?
Yeah, blow up inning for lighter. Yankees bounce back today.
Yeah. Give me the Tigers over this poverty franchise.
Poverty.
Chris must have a fever. He's not seeing things clearly. I think he's that sick.
He's in his feels. He's calling
Brian
the most valuable baseball franchise poverty.
He's hallucinating.
If Bittler and Schlittler pitch the same today, they might have the same ERA when all is said and done.
No, I'll tell you what. When I was in high school, I threw a 1-hitter, man. That was my best game of my career. And I'll tell you what, I can't
third of an inning.
All right. I just remember those were the glory days.
It was Brian said every pitcher has a no-hitter until they throw the first pitch.
All right. I had a 1-hitter through a full game, but it's okay.
Since when were baseball games 1 inning?
That was like 7 innings, I think.
Yeah, but it could be worse. I mean, the Yankees could be the poverty Mets. Yeah, I want to touch on the other 2 games, the Mahi Marlins. And,
chill.
Because I mean, both are like grilled, way beyond belief. I also don't trust him against the lefty. Maybe I would go with the under in that one because I don't trust either one of those teams against the against lefties. So lean towards the under.
Last slot of the day in Major League Baseball, we have the Phillies and the Mets. On the mound in this one is Peterson and knock.
Who's there?
Jesus
who?
Jesus Luzardo's going to kick the crap out of the Mets today. Hope you know.
Nah, I think you're crazy. I think you're smoking something.
We got the Angels and the Mariners. Soriano versus who is this? Bryce? Yeah, Bryce. I don't know why I was thinking Bobby for a second. Where is Bobby? I ain't heard Bobby in a minute.
He works at the team store.
He might.
Welcome in, folks. Can I help you out with anything?
Man.
Now, he could throw almost 100 miles an hour. You would have thought he would have done something with the Dodgers. But
Last game of the night in baseball is the Colorado Rockies out on the road facing the San Diego Padres. Brown on the mound for the Rockies. Vasquez on the mound for the Padres. We're on the done. Close us out. How we feeling?
Well, listen, I took a lot of heat from my Twins predictions this year, which were obviously incorrect. But I still got my note card of my other win totals that I had the preseason. Have the A's over. Feeling pretty good about that one. We need 71 wins. So we're getting close. And one of them I have is the Mets under, and I bet that a few times. And that was one of my most confident plays. And the Mets can clinch that today with a loss. They've been playing miserable baseball. 12 games under 500 on the road. Phillies are unbelievable at Citizens Bank Park this season. We talk about the Brewers, home field, the Tigers, but the Phillies, 25 games above 500 at home. Luzardo on the mound, Peterson struggling, and we're still getting a reasonable price with Philadelphia. I got to take the Phillies on the money line.
killing me.
I'm right there with him, though.
I thought he'd be with me. What's he doing? Oh, no.
He's seeing the board clearly is what he's doing. You know, I think he hit all the key points. The Philly's been good at home. And my boy Luzardo, I mean, 3 of his last 4 have been solid. The only one that wasn't solid was on the road against the Mets, and he gets a revenge start today at home. So, you know, his last start, he went 5 innings, 2 earned against the Miami. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned. The game before that, 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned against Atlanta. At home against the Mariners, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned. It was a bomb. So, I mean, there's a reason he's one of my favorites. I think he's going to have a solid start today. I don't really trust the Mets outside of Citi Field. I don't trust them in their overall positioning right now. I mean, the way they're overall playing right now. I've got to give Ron and Chris credit. They both called that at the early of the season. They both were all over that. Mets going on the window. They both were on it, so I'll give them both credit. But yeah, that's what I like here in this one. And part of me wants to take the Angels here. I just don't know if I got the balls to do it.
That's your heart talking.
It is. You're right. You're probably right. But I genuinely believe the Mariners going to crumble like they always do around this time of season. And I think this is too much value to pass up with a team that knows this team fairly well. So it would be a lean towards the Angels. I don't have any money on it currently. And Brian may be a little right. Maybe it is my heart talking. I just want the Mariners to lose. So that's my thoughts today in baseball. Chris, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Phillies with you guys. I just haven't loved what I've seen from David Peterson in his last couple of starts. The Mets have been a good team against lefties, in fairness. So, and they did get to Jesus Luzardo last time they faced him, but that start was in New York, and Luzardo has been less effective on the road this season, but at home, you know, he had a great start against the Mets earlier this season. Just a few teams headed in different directions. So, I'll take the Phillies in that one. And give me the Padres on the run line. Randy Vasquez not my favorite option in this Padres rotation, but I still think he's the better option. Brown just faced the Padres and got cranked. And, you know, home or away, I don't think it matters here. I think the Padres take care of business by a couple of runs. Give me the Padres. This one.
Brian, close us out. Baseball.
Well, you guys are absolutely killing me today. I'm surprised they didn't drop dead of a heart attack. I mean, this line opened at -144. We're looking at -121 at Pinnacle to bet the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies 10 games up in their division. Really nothing to play for. Mets, I think they're game and a half up, last wild card spot. They're not going to get swept in a 4-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies. I like Jesus Luzardo. He's the better pitcher, but Peterson got blown up threw his ERA off. I think he gave up 8 runs. Was his last start? I just think the Mets are the play. I should have made this a premium pick because not you guys, but every single person that I talk to, and I'm talking about the super squares, they're all on the Philadelphia Phillies ×2. So I'm on the New York Mets today. I love the Mets.
You can lump us in with the super squares, but here's the thing. You say the Phillies have nothing to play for. I think that's complete BS because they've got a chance to sweep their rivals that have crushed them all season and in previous years. They've got a chance to put the Mets in a worse position for playoff rankings. If you're the Phillies, and let's say, they still have an outside chance of winning the NL home field advantage, would you rather play the Mets in a playoff series or the Giants, Diamondbacks, Reds? If you can take advantage of and beating the Mets today and let San Francisco and other teams come back, you'd have a much easier time in the playoffs. So not only is it a rivalry, you want to take advantage of that, not have to play the Mets. This is still a good Mets lineup and a good Mets rotation. So there's plenty to play for the Philadelphia Phillies. They're not just going to mail it in.
That's true. They're not going to mail it in. But at -124, come on, that line just screams, I don't know.
It's because of all the people like you betting the Mets for no reason.
Bullshit. We'll see. I'd like to say guarantee, but it's tough to guarantee the New York Mets.
Listen, it's tough to win a 4-game series, but I'm going to take the cheap price. I'll just take advantage of it. If I lose, I lose at -120. I'll take it.
I wish I was on tomorrow so I could say I told you so. But
the Mets have crushed lefties in the last month, but the Phillies are not too far behind, and the Mets' BABIP against lefties is through the roof, so I think they're going to regress.
All right. Expect a text message tonight.
I won't care. It's not a premium for me, Brian.
Well, I care. Damn it. Go Mets.
Fair enough, man. That closes out baseball for the day. Next up, we're going to head to talk some hoops, the WNBA. It's the last day of the regular season in the WNBA. Playoffs start on Sunday. Kind of crazy. Shout out to the WNBA, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I got to give y'all some real love today. Y'all carried me throughout the summer, man. I probably would have lost my mind just betting straight baseball over the summer. I probably would have went off the rails. But WNBA was there for me, and I love it. And I can't wait to see how the playoffs plays out. Last day of the regular season. Let's do it. We got the New York Liberty out on the road facing the Chicago Sky. Liberty, 12.5-point road favorites, total 156.5. Mercury versus the Wings. Mercury, 5.5-point road favorites, total 166.5. We got the Valkyrie out on the road facing the Minnesota Lynx. Lynx, 6.5-point home favorites, total 151.5. And last game of the night is the Las Vegas Aces out on the road facing the Los Angeles Sparks. Total 169.5. And I'm up first here in this slot. I actually think today's kind of tough because of the last day of the season. I'm not really sure of all the motivations for the teams, how seriously they're going to take it, if they prioritize health. Kind of NBA around this time of year, we kind of chill and really cut down our games that we're playing, and that's kind of the same thought process I have here in the dub. As of right this second, I don't have a premium. I might put one up, but that's kind of my thoughts. Here in this, I would lean towards the Liberty laying the 12.5. I would. I think this is a team that has struggled on the road a lot this season, and I think heading into the playoffs, a dominant road win would fit them well. I don't like all the drama going on right now in Chicago, the Angel Reese drama. She ran her mouth talking about how the team needs to be better and, acquire some talent. Then the team suspended her for a half. And then she said, I had back tightness and didn't play the second half and hasn't played since then. They say she may play tonight. She may not. Just don't love the overall drama going on in Chicago right now. Last game of their season. I think they're just ready to get to the offseason. On the other hand, I think the Liberty try to establish a little momentum heading into the postseason, especially with their road struggles. Lean Liberty. I would lean Wings. Mercury really disappointed me the other night in how they looked against the Sparks. Not a game like, oh my God, the Wings are winning this game outright. But I think the Wings have a legitimate shot to win this outright. I just don't know the motivations for the Mercury in a game like this tonight. So I could see the Wings, trying to just close out their season on a good note. They got a bright future. Wings. A little homer play. Valkyrie Lynx. This is probably the toughest one on the card. I would just go with the Valk, man. You give me 2 possessions with the Valk. I love this team. I love them. They just be hoping at the end of the day. Lynx already have everything pretty much boxed up, locked up. I see Nafisa Collier, GTD. Wouldn't shock me if, they sat ladies late in this game. Things of that nature. The same thing kind of applies with the Valkyrie. They already got their playoff spot locked up. I don't know if they're battling out for positioning or not. Ruth might tell me here in a second. It would be a lean towards the Valk for me in that one, though. And Aces, Sparks. What's going on with the Sparks? Let me see. Are they in or are they out?
I think they're out.
Are they out? Standings. Okay, yeah, they're out. So, with that being said, there's nothing really for either team to play for in this game. I would lean Aces, just trying to keep their win streak alive, keep momentum rolling into the postseason. I think the line is this big for a good reason. Aces. Chris, how you feeling tonight in the dub?
Yeah, it's a lean towards the Valkyries for me. It's the only one I feel semi-comfortable backing just because, like I said, it's been one of the angles that we backed all season long. Both teams don't really have anything to play for here. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's just a really ugly card for the last day of the season. It's not like anyone's really got anything of substance to play for besides playoff positioning. I could maybe get there with the Liberty, just because of the sky and just how poor they've been without Angel Reese this season. But again, you're laying 12.5 with the Liberty team. It's been horrible as a double-digit favorite on the road this season. So it's only a lean there. But they need to win and hope the Mercury lose to have a chance at maybe getting the 4 seed in home court. So there's not a whole lot for me for WNBA today.
Brian, any thoughts, Dub?
Yeah, I like the WNBA today as far as the line, and it might not be anything going on, but for a betting perspective, I agreed with what you said, Jay, in the first 2 games that you covered here. I like New York Liberty laying the wood. I think Chicago, they have some turmoil there, but I think the play of this bracket would be the Dallas Wings plus the points. I think they end their 10-game losing streak and finally get a W there for the home fans. So they might not have anything to play for playoffs wise, but I just think they come to play tonight and send the home crowd home with a W. But I'll take the points for safety.
Fair enough. On the down, what you feeling?
Nothing for me today in the W. I don't really see anything, so I don't think there's a need to force anything.
Fair enough. All right. Where we headed to next? Next up, we are heading to college football is where we're heading. We have NC State out on the road facing Wake Forest. NC State 7.5-point road favorites, total 52.5. Chris, you did the video for this one last night, and you're up first here. How we feeling?
Yeah, if this is this line at 7.5 now? Did the hook come in?
Let me see. This is just.
I mean, I'll still play Wake Forest, but I like it a lot better if you do get the hook at 7.5.
Actually, I see 6.5. I might be down.
Where do you see 6.5?
I see mostly 7.
I see a 6.5 minus 125. Starting to head in that direction.
What are you looking at?
I would say the line is 7.
I mean, I see 7.5 at FanDuel, 7.5 at Hard Rock. 7's, I think the line's basically 7, but you see some 7.5s out there too. So, if you have multiple books, you can take advantage there.
I see 6.5, 7, and 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5 FanDuel, 7 with juice at Circa. 6.5 at Chuck E. Cheese and Mickey Mouse.
There's 1 6.5 out there, so I think you could talk. That's a outlier there. That's for people that want to lay extra juice to get that under 7. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Consensus line, I would say, is 7. Chris.
Yeah, if you can get a 7.5, I would take it. But I'm fine with the 7 points here with Wake Forest. I know NC State's played the tougher schedule to this point. I'm not disputing that. Virginia and East Carolina are a lot tougher than Western Carolina and Kennesaw State. But we also saw NC State, get shredded for 463 yards of total offense in those games, 320 yards through the air. There's still a decent quarterback option in Wake Forest with Robbie Ashford. They have one of the better running backs in the ACC overall. So, I just think that Wake Forest here, I think they can at least keep it close. This historically has been a close matchup between these two teams. 3 of the last 5 meetings have been decided by a single score. So I'll take the points of Wake Forest in this one.
Brian?
Boy, I was going to go with the Ruflo here and pass because I got to play on the side, but I'll lean towards the under 52 here. I just think we've seen NC State give up boatload 31, I think, to Virginia, and they give up 17 to East Carolina. I think you'll see improved defensive play from NC State and Wake Forest. I mean, they open up against 2 teams that really doesn't do anything for me. I think it goes well under the total. I think both these teams struggle to score touchdowns.
Ron?
Yeah, lean towards the under as well. I think Wake Forest shown the ability to get after the quarterback, 7 sacks first 2 weeks. And the run defense has been strong. NC State, I think, like Brian said, they played a tougher schedule. So last week, the defensive numbers don't look good against Virginia, but I think that's a really good Virginia offense that's going to score a lot of points this year. So I think both defenses show up in this one early, and by the end of it, we go under the total.
I lean under as well. I don't have a dog in this fight, total or side. I would lay it with NC State, though. Wake Forest is some shit. I was waiting for one of y'all just to say it. This team is ass. 10-9 at home to Kennesaw? For real? That's what we 10-9 Kennesaw at home. That's nasty. That's disgusting. That is. And then they did turn around and beat West Carolina 42-10. All right, we'll give you credit for that. But that's a solid win. That's what the score should have probably looked like against Kennesaw.
I don't know. You see what Kennesaw did the next week against Indiana?
Yeah, I got their doors blown out 56-9. That's my point. I just feel like NC State's the better team here. They've had this tougher competition. I'm not usually in love with these early week college football games. Weird things typically happen during the week. But me reading the line, I think 7.5 speaks volume. Up and over a touchdown, so you need 2 possessions to win it. I feel more comfortable, of course, at the 7, but I think with the 7.5 being out there, I think it speaks volume. NC State should win this game by a touchdown plus a field goal, so it let by 10 at least, I think. So I'm gonna lean towards NC State and the under. I just don't see how Wake Forest scores in this game. You put up 10 points against Kennesaw, I think NC State's defense should be able to shut you down. We'll see.
What defense?
You talking about for NC State?
Yeah.
Fair. That's not like Virginia's offense scares me. Or
I could have easily made a case they probably could have lost both those games.
Virginia's got a good offense this year. Chandler Morris, a quarterback.
Where's he from? UNT? Is that the UNT guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And look at that offense last year.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I just can't get there with NC State. I think with that defense, anyways. I think they're gonna miss bowl season.
They need 6. This is a dub here. They're gonna win this. So they need 3 more after this. They got Campbell on the schedule. That's 1 more. So then they just need 2 more. They got Duke, Virginia Tech, Pitt, Georgia Tech, Miami, Florida State, North Carolina. It's going to be close.
5-7.
Which team? NC State?
Yeah, it's going to be close.
I don't think so.
You think they for sure get 6?
Yeah.
Name
them. Campbell, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, Duke, Pitt, Georgia Tech, North Carolina.
Okay. Fair. So you're higher on North Carolina than on NC State than probably I am.
Well, those will be the games that they're either favored or a pick them in. I just think if they're going to be favored in all those games, it's going to be tough for them to only win 5.
See what them boys look like tonight under the bright lights on Thursday. We got one game left, ladies and gentlemen, and it's prime time. Thursday Night Football on Prime. We got the Washington Commanders out on the road facing the Green Bay Packers. Total 48.5. At the time I made these graphics, I saw some 3s. I saw some 3.5s. Right now, currently, let's see. I see both 3.5 and 3. So, how are you feeling in this game? Make sure you get the number you want. Brian, how you feeling here?
I'm going to go with the under with the Packers and Commanders here. I think you'll see a similar game to the Bears and Vikings in the first half where both teams are filling each other out. I think you'll see elevated offense in the second half, but not quite that level. I think it goes under fairly easily, but I like Deebo Samuel anytime touchdown plus 190. Ja'Cory Merritt to score the first touchdown at plus 1,200, and Kraft of the Packers to score an anytime touchdown.
Brian B. Thursday Night Football. Ron, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't have a play in this one, so I'll just tell everybody what I'm thinking. I think that the Commanders' Week 1 performance, very impressive against the Giants' defense that I mentioned, I think has really improved this year. For them to move the ball as consistently as they did, run the ball at will, 25 first downs, 400 total yards, very, very impressive. The defensive numbers, it's also impressive, but that's the Giants with Russell Wilson, so no shocker there. Despite that performance, I still think that Green Bay, against a Lions team that has had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL the last few years, an offense that scored at absolute will last year, moved the ball easily last year, for them to hold them to 14 or to 16 first downs, less than 250 total yards, 2 yards per carry against Gibbs and Montgomery, a great running back duo, 4 sacks. I mean, it was a just unbelievable defensive showing for Green Bay. They were able to win in blowout fashion, really without their offense doing much of anything consistently. I think Green Bay's dangerous, and I think this is actually a reasonable price we can lay. Still a young quarterback on the road in a hostile environment, and I honestly, a player prop that I'm looking at is Austin Eckler over receiving yards. I think he's going to get a lot of checkdowns. I don't think there's going to be a lot of time in the pocket in this one for Daniels, and I think Eckler is going to be more featured kind of as a result in the passing game. So his receiving yards, I can see right now, DraftKings 25 plus, minus 103. I would take that. And I think the Packers win this game and cover the number. Lean towards the under as well. I do think that this total is too steep for a game that I expect a lot of TFLs, sacks, a lot of clock being drawn out. So give me the under. Packers, Austin Eckler over receiving yards.
I do have a play on the side over at PickDawgz Premium. I actually like it quite a bit. So I'll talk about the total. And I like the under with the guys. I just think that I think Ron hit a couple of the key points. When you look at how the Packers played one of the best rushing offenses, if not maybe the best rushing offense, one or two, if you maybe Philly, but the Lions right there in that mix. When you look at how they shut down the Lions from running the football, I think that's encouraging. Washington, I know everybody loves Jaden Daniels, but this is still a running football team. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to move the football quite as effectively as they did last week against the Giants. that Giants defense, I think, will be good, but it was also week 1 for, kind of a young team on the road. So I don't want to take too much from Washington's offense last game. On the flip side, though, I don't really trust Green Bay's offense either. They weren't great last week. They weren't great. And, Washington's head coach is a defensive head coach, and Dan Quinn. I think that's the part that gets kind of swept under the rug most about this Washington Commanders team is how good this defense can be at times. Where they're really bad at is stopping the run. But the Packers coming to this game fairly banged up. 2 other offensive linemen may be out in this one. So will the Packers just be able to dominate in that area? I think that's an area remaining to be seen. Jordan Love. Jordan Love's the guy I think of a game manager. He doesn't ever really wow me, but he never really disappoints me either. So I just see long methodical drives in this one. A lot of 3 and outs and punts. Remember, primetime unders are really profitable more often than not. So early season, you got a young quarterback on the road in a tough environment. I think this game falls underneath the total. So give me an under 48.5. Props. Let me think. Props. I would probably go with a Jaden Daniels INT and a Jordan Love INT. I think they both throw a pick. Younger quarterbacks, short week, not a whole lot of time to prepare. Give me both of them for INT. That's really it. I kind of want to take some kicking props, but I don't know where the line's at right now. I see some field goals in this one. So
longest punt.
I don't know. I'm gonna look up these kicking props here in a minute. Chris, what are we doing?
Longest punt.
Nobody caught that joke. They didn't think it was funny. That was a roof load joke. I didn't get that. I didn't get the sound effect after that.
I appreciate it, Brian.
All right, thank you.
What'd you think, Chris?
That makes one of us. I'm gonna take the under with you guys. You guys said to hit on a lot of the points. Short week. Just 2 teams that are really good at stopping the run. And 2 teams I think are gonna get in the backfield. And I think that I think it's gonna be lower scoring. I think 48.5 is just too high in this one. I also have the side as a premium, but I definitely think you have a lower scoring game here. 24-20, something like that. So take the under 48.5.
All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We did it. We covered everything under the sun. All 15 games. NFL, college football, WNBA, Major League Baseball. Money making Thursday. Chris, what you got going on over at PickDawgz Premium today, my man?
Yeah, for me today, just my platinum play from Thursday Night Football. I feel like I'm seeing the football board really well this weekend, so hop on that. I also got that as part of a 3-pack, my 2 best Major League Baseball bets as well. But best value we always talk about is jumping on something long term. The 3-day pass gets you the whole weekend's worth of football. And for me, a lot of times the 3 and 7-day packs are less than buying each Saturday or Sunday's daily packages individually. So make sure that you check that out. Pair me up with any of the guys and use that promo code PICK. Get 15% off your purchase.
Brian, what are we doing?
Off a 3-0 day yesterday, ranked number 2 at PickDawgz.com, last 365 for profit. 6-2 start in the NFL, 75%. I got my titanium best bet tonight over at PickDawgz.com for $30 in the NFL. Check it out.
Around the dump, what you got going tonight?
Yep, got my MLB best bet, my rundown best bet, and I've got my college football play of the night tonight. Also loaded up my Saturday plays, most of my Saturday plays in college football, individual packages on the site. But like Chris mentioned, the best bet, grab a long-term plan, multi-capper pass, going to get you all my plays across all sports for a busy weekend ahead, and looking to crush the books together.
For me, yesterday, another profitable day. I went 1-1, but came out ahead. I had 2 plays. I had the Sun money line and the plus 700.
That's ballsy.
You feel me?
I almost commented on your ex tweet, but I thought, nah, he's got some balls. That's a good. You never know.
You never know. You got to be in it to win it. You feel me? You got to take a shot every now and then. And but I cashed in Major League Baseball. I had the Tigers. So I've hit 5 in a row on my MLB play of the day. We've hit 5 in a row and 6 of 7. I don't have one right now currently for today. I just don't love it enough. What I do have is a play in the NFL tonight. I got the side for you. So if you want to cash out tonight in the NFL, hop on $30, PickDawgz Premium. Let's make it a winning day. And we got, like the guy said, we got a crazy weekend coming up. College football, NFL, WNBA playoffs. I'll be locked in there. I've hit 7 of 8 on my top play in the WNBA. So you feel me? I'm ready for the playoffs to start. And MLB down the stretch. So hop on long term, pair me up one of the guys, pair all of us up, man. Let's make it a profitable weekend, profitable month, and a profitable season. Parlay time. Parlay. What we doing, Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Wake Forest plus the 7. Let's go with the under in Marlins Nationals and the San Diego Padres on the run line.
Brian.
I got the easiest 3-game parlay on the board today. The Dallas Wings plus the 5.5, the under 48.5 in Packer Commanders, and the best bet free pick, New York Metropolitans here on the money line.
From Brian B, 3-teamer. Brian been hot low key over on this morning show.
Don't curse me.
Well,
jinx me.
Brian said the easiest. I think it's the queasiest. Give me the New York Yankees money line, Green Bay Packers money line, and White Sox money line.
Give me Toronto Blue Jays money line. Nah, let's go for the jugular. Let's go Toronto Blue Jays run line. Let's go New York Yankees run line. And NC State laying the 7. 3-team. All right. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Smash that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this with a friend. Get your circa picks in. We'll put that in the comment section below.
In the description as well. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. We only have a couple of votes right now for week 2. We got to get those votes in. Looking to bounce back from the first week. But good luck, everybody.
Good luck, man. Y'all went 1-4 last week. I know y'all better than that, man. Y'all better than that. Y'all was super square last week. This week, I feel a good week. I believe in y'all, man. Put your picks in. It's right there in the comments. We'll put it in the description and we'll put it in the comments of the show. We're shooting NFL and college football show today, so be on the lookout for those. And yeah. Any final words from y'all, fellas, before we get out of here?
Come on out and meet the Mets. I got the Mets song in my head. I might just be singing it as we go off the air. All right.
You're going to learn today about David Peterson.
We'll see. I like Peterson. I'm a Peterson guy.
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus
Luzardo is going to kick the crap out of the Mets today. You got to know it. We love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.